Hello and welcome to my disorganised chaos of destruction, otherwise known as bedtime, but I want to finish projects. So, I went out to the shop today. I bought some new yarn. I was very excited about this new yarn, and now I feel like I went a little bit overboard. Sorry about the quality of the picture. I know it's bad, but it's night and this room's lighting sucks. So yeah. I bought some chenille yarn, and I bought 5 balls of chenille yarn, but they're this big each. So I got white, grey, blue, green, and brown. So I got to working, and I really do like this little cute chick design. So I made one of them, and I think he's actually, yeah, he is much bigger. So that's the difference in size, just based on the yarn. I think I still like this yarn better, just for its squidge. But this one's nice and sturdy anyway, and neither of them shed, so that's good. As you can see, this one's keyringed, this one's not. So yeah, basically, I was gonna go to bed, and I thought, I've lazed around long enough, I really need to finish these things that I started, because in all fairness, the safety eyes for them was in the drawer across the room, and I couldn't be bothered to get off the sofa to go to the drawer across the room to get the safety eyes, so I just started a different project and started a different project and started a different project. So I finally got the safety eyes on my way to bed, and I thought, well, do you know what, while I'm here, may as well stuff it too. I've got stuff in nearby. Literally everything's like within reach. But for some reason, when I sit on the sofa, oh, yeah, you've just sold something. I'm Vinted. I'm really warm now. Okay. So yeah, for some reason, when I sit on the sofa, I'm not as productive, or I don't have the will to do it, but when I sit in bed, I tend to have a lot more energy and oomph about getting things done. I don't understand. The logic isn't quite there. I hope you can hear me well enough, and I am so sorry once again about the quality, because this is gonna be dreadful. But we're working with it. So I'll show you what I've got, what I've been working on. And this was supposed to be this big. But look at him. He's so cute. I've lost one of his fins. I know I've made it, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna stitch him all up. Nova, would you stop? No, that's my new fancy yarn. This little rascal has got a blackhead on the inside of his mouth, and it's really getting on my nerves. I like to pick blackheads, and obviously he's not gonna let me do that. So yeah, hopefully it disappears soon. Get off my yarn. So these are his back tail fins. Because the pattern that I used wasn't easy. Well, it was easy to do. Scar's attacking the yarn. I didn't understand what it meant when it was telling you to do the back fin, because it basically said chain 10, single crochet throughout the 9 chains, avoiding the one like with the hook, and then it said fold in half, but that would have meant like a piece this big, and judging by the size of it, a piece that big on the back wouldn't have even covered it. So I made 2 little tail fins to stitch onto the... Would you stop that? Also, in my craziness, seriously, this is how many projects I've just started and not done anything with. This is going to be a rubber duck. But I'm using chunky yarn, and so all these projects end up being a lot bigger than I intend them to be. They were supposed to be small little keyring ones, and now I'm doing bigger things. So I'm definitely going to be updating my Etsy shop soon once I've got everything finished, because this market I'm going to, I'm trying to sell things as cheap as possible, and the big things that I have are not going to be sold there because they're worth a lot more. Obviously I'm not trying to do it ridiculous prices online, but it's just, you know, people aren't going to be willing to pay a lot of money where I'm doing the market at. If it was a market specifically for crafting and stuff like that, then yeah, obviously I'd get my prices where they should be, but it's not that kind of market. It's more of a community thing, so I'm trying to do it so that people can have little stocking fillers and stuff at Christmas. So I'm trying not to go crazy, so anything that's ended up too big or too much effort, like too much high energy, so the gloves that I've made, they're too big. I've been making bracelets of different colours. I've leaned into the scrunchie world and made some scrunchies. I'm basically just playing around with whatever yarn I have and buying new yarn because I couldn't help myself. I got gifted some yarn the other day, so there's some more scrunchies. That one is my jumper yarn, so I'm just using up what I've got. Got a lovely pink headband that ends up being, it's really small, so it's definitely to fit a child's head. Anyway, not why I brought you on here. Oh, I need to show you this. Okay, so I tried following a pattern for a dinosaur and I couldn't figure out what it was trying to tell me. And then when I did figure it out, it didn't look right. But I don't think that when I looked at the pictures on the pattern itself, it didn't look 100% right there anyway. So I got this. This cute little derpy dinosaur that's got wonky eyes. None of his spikes match, and his tail is tiny and starts way up his bum. So yeah, I'm tempted to put him online to sell on Etsy, but I kind of don't want to because he's quite cute. But he looks really derpy. I love him. I think he's great. But yeah, I feel like if I name him, I'm gonna have to keep him. It's like that. But I also don't need to keep him. So I just needed to show you him because he's adorable. So I thought I'll just sit here, do my last minute crocheting, and then that'll be the end of today's video. So I'm sorry that it's coming late, but I know most people don't really watch when they first go live anyway, so that's not an issue. I'm kind of doing this more for me than I am for you at this point, so if you enjoy it, great. If you don't, sorry. But, you know, you can always click away, or you can always click back, and sometimes cats will be around, sometimes they won't. I've currently got one at the side of me that you can't see because the little dinosaur's in the way. I actually quite like that little setup. It was cute. Right, let's get this thing finished before bed. But first, I need to find the tail fin. No, I don't. I need to find the side fin. Oh, found it. Sorry. That was actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. Also, do you like my t-shirt? It's a person fist bumping a cat. Because I'm cool like that. Insert music here. Editing Riley, if you would. Oh no, don't put that in your head. You ever get just random songs put in your head? And one of the ones that really annoys me is Baby Shark. And my camera ran out of memory, so I've just had to delete some stuff. So yeah, back to what I was saying. The other one that I've had in my head is Johnny, yes papa, and I don't know all of it, and it's because I've been volunteering at like a community kitchen, and they have a food bank, and on the days that I volunteer is when I help with the prep for the community kitchen. And there's a kid that comes in with his mum,
And for the past 2 weeks when I've gone in, that they're singing that back and forth to each other because it's a like call and response song. And I never learnt the song myself when I was a child, but I've heard it with my niece and I still don't know it very well. So it just like, yeah, Johnny, Johnny, yes, papa, and then it goes, it's something, something, no, papa, are you sure? Yes, papa. Open your mouth, ah, ah, ah. And I can just hear the little kid just going, ah, 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 in my head every time. But because I don't know what the rest of the words are, it's really getting on my nerves. But, you know, I like lyrics and I like it when people sing lyrics right, and when people sing lyrics wrong, I'm not much of a fan and I have to correct them. And it's an issue that I have with myself. I know it's my problem. It's should be live and let live, but sometimes, you know, when it's something that you just know and nobody else seems to know it, and then they go crazy, and I'm like, nope, that's not how you say it. That's not what you do. So yeah, I correct people a lot when it comes to lyrics because I tend to remember them really quite well. But you ask me the name of a song, I'll probably have no idea. Ask me who sang it, nope, not a clue. Like what the lyrics are from Tutti Frutti in 1941, if it's that year, I can do that. So it's one of those weird ones. Right, he now has 2 front fins. Oh my gosh, this thing is adorable. I feel like I needed bigger eyes, but I don't have any bigger eyes. These are the biggest ones I have. I might have to invest in some more eyes if I keep on making things, but I still have a lot left. I might have to make some evil things, make some vampire-y kind of things. I did have a thought to make a Grim Reaper the other day, but then like do it so his cloak is removable and have him wearing like the frilliest, most gaudy looking knickers or something like that underneath. The idea of the Grim Reaper with like sultry outfits under its cloak sounds hilarious, and I feel like I'd want to make a little line of them. You know, have him in all sorts of fancy underwear, or just like fancy dress underneath or something like that. Have the Grim Reaper dressed up as a frog. I don't know. I like the idea of making it dark and creepy, and that's not what I was going for. I've got red eyes, but it makes everything look evil. And most of the things I make, I want them to look cute. So I might have to make something that's a little bit more evil. Could do a little devil. That'd be fun. I'm not against different things. I like a little bit of variety in life. They say the variety is the spice of life, and I agree completely. So yeah, that'd be something that I'd be interested in making if anybody's interested in watching me make them. If not, I'll make them all by my lonesome. I do kind of want to put some videos together where like I have more of a plan in mind than just starting a camera and just talking at it, because that's basically all I do right now, which is fine. I enjoy doing that, but if people aren't interested in watching it, then I'll figure out something else. And I know people like to see things finished, and most of the time when I bring you in, it's to start a new project, and if I don't finish that new project, then it's different. That needs to sit up that way, right? We're going that way. So like the hexagon cardigan that I've been making, that's still not finished, that's still a work in progress. And the sleeves that I started making, they're still a work in progress. And to me, I know they're a work in progress and I don't mind. And the fact I put videos out about them, it also doesn't bother me too much. But I know if it was me watching somebody else's and they did the same thing, I'd want to see it finished. So maybe I should start labeling them with part 1, part 2, and actually, you know, filming as I'm making them, because I don't do that. I've been working on my hexagon quilt on Fridays when I've been going out for a drink with my mum. So yeah, it's one of those ones where I feel like I need to have a bit more structure in what I post and what I'm putting out there, and try and not film at night because lighting is absolutely terrible, and try and film when the lighting's actually decent because I don't have anything fancy. I literally record on my phone and post on my phone, like so what I have is what you get. So yeah, I don't know why I just suddenly had the urge to chat to you, and I feel like I've chatted at you quite a lot, but now I feel like you have to be here to watch me finish this. So what I might do is, to stop the annoyance of me just incessantly going on at you, I'll speed this up, fast forward it a little bit for you, and I'll show you when it's finished, which hopefully I'll just finish it tonight because there's not much more to do. I just need to finish off a few more rounds of the white, finish off stuff in the body, finish putting this tail fin on, and then he should be a finished little whale that I managed to make in a day. So that's fun. I've never made a toy this big before. Still don't know what to make for my niece for Christmas. I've got one of my nephews in mind for what I'm going to make. I say one of them in mind. I have two nephews. I know what one wants because he asked for it specifically like over a year ago, so hopefully his mind's not changed and he'll be happy to receive it because I've still not made it yet, but I have plans to. I have the stuff for it, and it's a project I know I'm going to be excited to do. I did have an idea for my other nephew, but I'm a little bit concerned that it could come across as like to other people, not to him, because he'll understand, but I feel like it could come across as a little bit racist if I do it. So I'm thinking maybe not, which if that's the case, I don't really know what to do about it. Although something I am thinking of, which if anybody remembers, please tell me you remember Puffles from Club Penguin. Anybody in the audience that knows of Club Penguin Puffles? Because I am totally going to make some of those keyrings for the market. I've made one before, and I fluffed up. Hello, it's Riley in the morning, and I'm less hyped up on little sleep. Sorry about last night. I just kind of went into a manic 10 minutes. But he's finished. Ta-da! His tail fins, they're a little lopsided, but I did try and undoing it, and I sewed it in so well that I can't, so it's a little wonky. But he's cute, so he gets a pass. But yeah, I wanted to move this one to the side, but I was scared that if I chopped too much, I'd end up chopping, and I'd end up chopping too much off. So there he is, the whale. I'll probably end up putting him up my Etsy. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, give me a comment, subscribe if you feel like it. But yeah, as I said last night, I was just a little bit all over the place and I was just tired, so sorry. Have a lovely day.